Hello, my name is Shaw St. Louis from Cox Fitness Centers, and today we are going to discuss portion distortion and how to combat it through these holiday seasons. Okay, so holiday portion control, meal prep, and happy hour hacks. Okay, so tips and tricks to combat portion distortion. So what is portion control and why is it even important? Well, being aware of how much food you're actually eating and what calories are in each serving really does help keep your diet on track. Choosing a healthy amount of a certain food helps you get the benefits of the nutrients in the food without overeating. Smaller portions are definitely easier to digest, so your system thanks you for it. And portion control helps us reach or maintain our healthy weight. Increased portion sizes also directly affect how much we eat. So that supersizing is something that we don't want to do. The more we have on our plate, generally the more we will eat. So here are some tips to avoid portion size pitfalls. Try to always start your meals with a glass of water. It helps with digestion and gives you a feeling of full, like you've got something in your stomach. Try not to wait until you are starving to eat. That is something that is almost a recipe for a disaster. So you want to have small, healthy snacks throughout the day to help you stay, have something in your stomach so that you can make wiser choices. All right, so you want to plan your meals and your snack times accordingly. Try not to go more than 3 hours, between meals. So another way to combat portion control is to use a smaller plate or a bowl. Definitely know how much those hold portion-wise, but you can always go back for seconds. So you definitely want to fill your plate with your brain and not your heart, which is why you don't want to wait until you're starving to eat, because then you throw all caution to the wind. So again, you can always go back for seconds if you're hungry. So what about when you're eating out? So restaurants generally, on average, their serving sizes are 2.5 times larger than a standard serving size. And so, a great way to stay on track is to ask for half of a portion, take the rest to go or share it with a friend or eat it, for the next day for lunch. Another way to cut down on the size issue is to order a starter and a salad instead of a main meal. I also like to order my sauces and dressing on the side because that helps me control how much I use. So if you're going to be out, you're going to be either going out with friends to their house or maybe out for dinner, and you know that you're going to be having alcoholic beverages. Alcohol is starch and sugar, so it is a heavy carb. So what you want to do is prioritize protein and vegetable meal choices throughout your day prior to going out to create that carb deficit, okay? So after your alcoholic beverages, you also want to limit your snacks, and that will also help you stay on track. We're going to talk about alcoholic beverages in a little bit. So another thing is when you're watching that big game or Netflix, or you're having a great family gathering and having a movie night, you want to serve out your snacks in a bowl so that you can control how much you eat. Eating it straight from the bag gives you no control over how much you're actually eating. Okay, so go ahead and spoil your dinner. We kind of spoke about that earlier. Eat your snacks, okay? A healthy snack in between meals helps you avoid overeating during your next meal. So if you're going out for dinner or you're going over to friends, or gathering with family, definitely have a little snack before you go so that you have something in your stomach and you are not starving and you'll make better and healthier choices. Don't buy it, all right? Make your home portion friendly by keeping healthy snacks on hand and also at work. And, you know, one of the things that I like to do is buy things like non-dairy yogurt, a bag of fruit, some granola. I keep that at work. I have baby carrots and hummus and pita chips, and I like to have that. I like to have apples and peanut butter, just things that I can grab that taste good, and that I don't have to be overly concerned about the calories or the healthiness of it. Another great thing is to have a measured out portion of nuts. I also love dark chocolate and strawberries. Those are just some ideas. I love making my tuna salad, but I don't use mayonnaise. I actually use um, avocado as a substitute, and I put it with cucumbers or in a lettuce wrap. So those are just some ideas that you can keep on hand. And one of the ways it also helps to eat healthy is following the healthy plate framework. And I'm going to show you that. So this is a way to kind of visualize how your plate should look. Half of your plate, half, is filled with non-starchy colorful vegetables, greens. You can see kind of the choices there. A quarter is of your starchy carbohydrates, your pastas, your rice, your potatoes, and then another quarter is filled with protein. So this is kind of how your plate you should go to set up your plate, when you're out and you're making choices during the holidays or just, at home for dinner. This will, eating this way will definitely help keep you on track. Okay, so I talked about earlier having something that's always with you. So first of all, what does a recommended serving size actually look like? That's important to know. And secondly, how can I measure it when I'm out and on the go? So your hand is always with you. So we're going to show you how you can use your hand as a rough guide for portion sizes. So your palm of your hand is about 3 to 4 ounces, and that's what we use for our proteins, our meats, our fish, our poultry. For men, it's double that, okay? Most of this, you will double it if you're a man. So your thumbnail is the size, equals roughly the size of 1 teaspoon. And that's going to cover our butters, our mayonnaises, our oils, things like that. If you cup your hands, 2 cupped hands equal 1 ounce. And that's going to be, our pastas, our potatoes are starchy vegetables, so we want to make sure that we're not eating more than that, because then we're going to go over our recommended serving size, or if we do, we know why. Okay, so the fist represents about a cup. So we want 2 fists of vegetables, non-starchy vegetables in our plate. And then your 1 cupped hand equals about a half a cup. Okay, and that would be your pastas, your rice, again, your starchy vegetables, okay? Your starchy carbohydrates, excuse me. So this is a great thing to have. It's a tool to have with you at all times that you can use just as a reference to help keep you on track. Okay, and let's talk about meal prep hacks. So meal prep can be very confusing and very like, oh my gosh, I have no time to do that. But I'm going to give you a few hacks and hopefully you'll be able to use them in the very near future. So save time, save money, and calories. So get organized. So I bought a lunchbox and I bought some containers. And with these containers, I meal prep my lunch and my snacks pretty much every day for work. So you've got to know what day you're going to prep and what meals you're going to prep before you go to the grocery store. because you have to go there with a plan, or else you'll just buy everything and anything, and you'll come back and you won't know what goes with what, and you're back to square one. So what I do is I cook several ingredients on one pan. I cook at least 2 types of protein, and I put a bunch of vegetables, from asparagus to Brussels sprouts to turnips to carrots, even sweet peppers, and I put some olive oil, some sea salt, and I put some seasoning on my protein. My 2 types of protein, for instance, yesterday was chicken breasts and a steak, a thin sliced ribeye. And now I have a bunch of different things that I can do, choices I can do for salads, sandwiches, pizzas, homemade pizzas, and pasta. So it gives you it saves you time because you're cooking a bunch of different things, and now you can make a bunch of different recipes from that. So one of the things that I love to do are rice bowls. Rice bowls are a great way to practice that healthy framework, that healthy plate framework. And you fill your bowl, half of your bowl, with non-starch vegetable, quarter of your bowl with a like rice, or if you like pasta, and then a lean protein. And you can keep it as interesting as you want to. You can get fancy. The options honestly are endless, and it's super easy to do. Another great way to save time is to create multi-purpose meals. One of the ones that I do cook probably every other week is chili, and I make it different. Sometimes I make it heavy on the vegetables and beans, and then other times I make it heavy on beans and ground turkey. And you can use that over a salad. You can use it in tacos. You can use it over rice. There's several different ways. You can eat it by itself. You can eat it with a side of vegetables. There's several different ways that you can use chili. It's pretty awesome. Pastas are the same. My leftover pasta sauce I use for pizzas, add some chicken to that. And sometimes I change my hot pasta into a cold pasta dish and add some vegetables and crushed avocado. And that turns in some chicken, or shrimp or fish or whatnot. And then fried rice. Fried rice is another great way to use your leftover meats and vegetables and rice. And you just stir it all together, fry it all up with some scrambled eggs and some soy sauce, and boom, you have a meal. Stir fries are another great way to utilize leftover protein and vegetables. You basically can stir fry absolutely anything together. I love to do salmon with bok choy, and that in itself is absolutely delicious with some brown rice. But I mean, you can stir fry just about anything. All right, so let's go to low prep veggies. So this is another quick way to have a side dish that you didn't have to prepare. So you can do the pre-bagged spring salad mix, fresh spinach, cherry tomatoes, pre-cut vegetables. Frozen bagged vegetables must be in your freezer because they come in super handy. For when you just need a quick meal, you get a protein and a veggie and you're good to go. I also like to keep things interesting with my seasonings. So when I do cook those proteins together, the 2 or 3 different types of proteins, I definitely use different types of seasoning on it. And that also keeps it interesting and simple. I also, keep a dozen boiled eggs as snacks in the fridge. So I basically boil a dozen eggs at the beginning of the week, and I use it for snacks mostly, but you can use it for egg salad or a Cobb salad. A really quick on the go. You're going to the gym or you're at work and you just need something super quick to as a source of protein. You can pre-fry. I pre-fry a whole pack of bacon, and I use that for my breakfast jerky. I crush some up into my pastas, omelets, scrambled eggs, And yeah, that comes in handy too. It's a quick and easy source of protein. Changing one part of your meal halfway through the week. So if you're having, say, salmon with spinach, garlic spinach, then you can change the spinach out for a sweet potato or mixed vegetables. Just, I want you just kind of planning. It's all about planning, but easy things that you can do. Like I told you earlier, one of the things I do is I cook a little extra at dinner for lunch the next day. That's something that's a no-brainer because you're already doing it. So, and if you're doing the multi-purpose meals, then you're really not cooking every day. You don't have to if you just plan a little bit. Short on time, rotisserie chicken comes in handy. You can pull it apart. You can use it for sandwiches, pizza, pasta. The options are pretty much endless. I also are giving you some other proteins that cook very quickly, and all of them can be served with a side dish. Okay, over the pandemic, I invested in a Ninja Foodie. Oh my goodness, absolutely wonderful. I love to use the air fryer option, but I do use the pressure cooker and the saute option. The recipes are endless. I've listed a couple websites for an Instapot. And this is something that it's so great to utilize because you basically have something cooking for you. You can walk away and not have to worry. And when you come back, it's done. So I've even cooked meatloaf. I've done a rotisserie chicken, my own. I've cooked chili in my Ninja Foodie. I mean, I fried chicken. It's amazing. I fried all types of vegetables, air fried all types of vegetables, wings. I mean, it's fantastic. So that's something I would heavily and highly recommend. All right, let's keep going. So let's talk about alcoholic drinks. So cheers to low-calorie cocktails. You can still enjoy your holidays and not break your fitness journey knees. All right. So tips to make your happy hour healthier because we have to live, right? So let's get into this part. So everything in moderation. So I think it's important to kind of know what drinks so that you'll know what choices to choose that will keep you on track diet-wise and with your fitness goals. So alcohol, as I mentioned earlier, is made of starch and sugar. I know you don't want to hear this, but 1 gram of alcohol is almost the same amount of calories as 1 gram of fat. So again, it's about planning and knowing what choices of alcohol can support what your goals are. So certain types of alcohol are low carb or carb free, and they can definitely fit into your diet. So these include light beer, wine, and pure forms of liquor like whiskey, gin, vodka, tequila. It's best to stick to no more than 1 or 2 of these per day to keep your diet on track. And lastly, I have my top 5 low-calorie alcoholic drinks for you. So hard seltzers, don't sleep on those. Those pack a big punch, but are only 100 calories per can. Tequila, a shot of tequila mixed with club soda and lime, perfect, only 100 calories. Michelob Ultra Light, very low carbs, also low in calories, and tastes wonderful. Corona Premier, same thing. These are great light beer choices that still taste like real beer. Vodka and soda, great choice. You can add mint to that. And or some fruits for diffusion. Frozen blueberries, you can add that to any your tequila as well. Your gin and Sivia mixer tonic water, only 94 calories. Wonderful. Prosecco, only 100 calories per flute. So these are some great choices for you to have on hand moving forward into the holiday season. And I hope that you learned a little bit from this workshop. Happy holidays.